This is an orthokeratology case where the initial set of lenses was decentering inferiorly. Some changes were made to flatten the lens, decrease the OZ, and increase the diameter of the lens, but it really is not riding up any higher than before. And the patient's complaint is glare, halos at nighttime. So I think this would be a good case to at least explore the option of a corneal scleral lens or semi-scleral lens. And there's some discussion on the group right now on whether that's truly a good idea or not. I've done it with patients in the past, and I have found it to work very well. But it's definitely up to each individual practitioner to decide whether that's the best for his or her patient. That said, I'll just use this video to kind of describe how I currently design my semi-scleral lenses for myopic ortho-K. And it's pretty similar to what some other doctors on the group are doing. In fact, I got most of my tips from those who are a little bit more experienced with large lens designs. And I have found that with patients where the lenses are moving an unusual amount while they're sleeping or centration is difficult, that these lenses do work quite well or can work quite well. So I'm going to start a new lens, and so we'll just start from scratch. And for the right eye, I believe the prescription was something like this. Okay, so I'm going to just design a ortho-K lens. Maybe we can go back to our kind of traditional 6.2, 6.8 OZ and IC. Feel free to use your own edge and center thicknesses. We do need this lens power to be a little bit higher than usual. And then I measured the patient's cornea at about 11 millimeters across. So I'm going to set this diameter at about 3 millimeters more, 14. It's going to be an RSIM, and I just leave everything in axial. And we hit continue. I'm going to let the lens design. Okay, so now we have a large lens. It's got a ortho-K tear graph. Obviously, our topo demand is a little bit less than what we had on the other two lenses, and I think those refractively were working pretty well. So I am going to increase this with large diameter lenses. I have found that we do need a little bit more demand than we would normally use for just a corneal lens. So I'm going to increase this until we're at about 7.5. And then to align the periphery, I usually put the pink dot at the HVID, which is 11. And then we're going to bump the control point up here until it's right above the 20 micron line. So we're not bearing down on the limbus of the cornea. Okay. As far as the alignment here where the return curve touches the cornea again, I usually will set this so that, actually it might have been the one before that. We're getting a little bit of clearance here, so it's the first. It's the first click that gives us 0 clearance at the apex of the cornea. We'll check the edge angle here. We're already really close to 40, and 40 is what I start with as a standard. So it looks like we're at 40 right there. So obviously the scleral designs entail different troubleshooting of their own, assessing especially the edge of the lens as it aligns with the sclera. But I do think that this lens will center better, and you may need to make some changes to the overall fit of the lens as you observe it on the eye. But I think this can get the treatment zone to move up and hopefully get this patient to see a little bit less halos at nighttime. So I hope this video helps. Thanks for watching and good luck with the patient.